mean, look at what you're looking at. You're not being beaten in the head with all the confusion and all the rigmarole of driving into a big city. You're able to see, you're able to smell, you're not smelling gasoline, not listening to somebody curse to each other down the street because they cut them off. And I live here just because it's beautiful. I live here because there's, 360 days of pretty much sunshine. And if it's not sunshine, then maybe we do need that rain or snow, because it is still the desert, and our plants still need the air and the water and everything else besides just the desert. And so they come here because it's just ultimately beautiful.
Escaping the city and enjoying the beautiful landscape is only a small part of what makes Sedona such an attractive destination. Perhaps one of the more sought-after experiences is a bit more mysterious. These vortexes, like the one I'm standing by now, have been bringing visitors in since the 1980s, and some locals would even say that this is what's keeping them here. A vortex can be described as a place in nature that is particularly healthy and beautiful. These can be found all over the earth, and it's one of the major draws for people who visit Sedona, because though the scenery is an element of its own, it is said that by visiting these vortexes, one can feel their energy being amplified. And whether it's the electromagnetic activity occurring in the earth or something even greater, has been left for the individual to decide. Every person feels different at these sites, and after visiting one of them myself, I was curious to know what makes each individual experience so unique. I spoke to Esther Kramer, who had been living in the area for 22 years and had also been a tour guide, and she was able to give me a more in-depth glimpse of what exactly goes on at these vortexes.
So people will sit there and they'll play the flute, they'll chant, they'll relax themselves in different fashions and states and forms of mental and physical. But what it is for them to release themselves. So there has been people that have come back and they're absolutely crying. You would think that they went to an angelic or to a Christian church and got healed that day, because they truly believe that that was able to lift them.
But each vortex is not the same. There are 4 major vortexes. 3 of them, Bell Rock, Boynton Canyon, and Airport Mesa, are classified or described as being masculine, while the 4th, known as Cathedral, is known to be feminine.
So magnetically speaking, there is a less magnetic pull at the male vortex, and that's where you release your baggage, your trash, your hatred, your bitterness. You get rid of it because it's pulling you out of the Earth's gravity and sending the rest of the stuff away. The female vortex is where you put your feet back on the ground. There is more of a pull to the Earth's core. There's a hold to you at the Earth's core. So people believe that if you go to the female vortex, you realign your chakra, yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your head up. What am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? Me, myself, and I. Medical, physical, emotional. So there again, that's why a lot of people come here in different stages of their life.
Now with 3 of them, it's great because it can sound like church bells. Close your eyes for a A new way of thought. That'd be the best way to sum it up, because then it goes so broad you'd have to get more of a narrow question.
Vortexes are also a large part of an even bigger philosophy that seems to be making a huge impact on the culture of Sedona. Many know it as metaphysics, others call it New Age philosophy. But whatever it is, I was going to find out. My first stop was at a store called Natural Wonders, where I met Starlight, who is not only an expert in the New Age philosophy. This belief had become an integral part of her everyday life.
To get into an angry situation, it is a choice. I call it love. For simply because as I grew up, I had a Jewish father. I had a Christian mother. I had a Native American grandfather. In my 20s, I said, you know what? I don't know what God is, but I know God is. And I've had things happen. I've been clinically dead twice. I was bedridden for 2 years. I've been in a wheelchair where I couldn't walk. They told me I'd never walk again or use my right arm, you know. The things I've been through are unbelievable. You know what disease is? Dis-ease. It's just because you buried something you didn't want to deal with, you didn't want to handle. That's what metaphysics is all about.
But then there's also the crystal aspect of it. Does that go with the vortexes? Are they two kind of different, separate beliefs?
Oh no, it's you don't even have to believe, again, you don't have to believe in crystals. They work whether you believe in them or not. You hold them, you tell them what to do, or just plain hold them and let them do what they want to do. And all kinds of things can happen to a person, between their hands heating up to them putting it down immediately, because they can't handle whatever it's trying to change vibrationally in them.
So whether or not the crystals and vortexes really make a difference is completely up to the individual to decide. But there is one clear message that every person in Sedona seems to understand, no matter what beliefs they hold.
Come with a smile, and if you don't have one, you need to open your eyes. When you're walking by somebody and somebody actually tells you hello, answer back. We really mean to say hello. And we do believe that, you know, in 2000, when we had everything going on in 2000, did you notice how the whole world changed? Everybody was like, hey, how are you? I'm doing good, how are you? Come on, stop not believing in that. We have to continue to believe in that. It doesn't make a difference what you believe in. It really doesn't. Just look and see what God created.
But what people have to realize and remember is the biggest word besides love is forgiveness. No matter what's been done, you're the only one holding that pain. That person's already done it, or that thing's already happened. Right here, right now is all that matters. Right here, right now, the day is perfect.